Now that we've hardened access to all the important files and folders on our WordPress install, there's one more change I want to make to the WP config file, and that is to lock away a specific function inside WordPress admin that can be extremely destructive. It's a function that if you've watched other courses I've made before, I always urge you never to use, and now I'll show you how to turn it off completely. That function is called the code editor, and it comes with WordPress by default for reasons unknown to me. And I'll show you why I think this is such a problem. Let's say I go into my site and I go and hover over Appearance. At the bottom of this menu, you see I have the option Editor. And if I go to the editor, I get to see the code for my current theme. And here I have access to all the different pieces of code. The problem is, from here, I can actually edit the current theme I'm using. Or I can go and switch to another theme if I want to. Here I have all the different themes available. And I can go and edit any file within the theme and make any changes I want. Why is that dangerous? Well, first of all, this is a destructive editor, meaning if you make a change and then save it, you can't redo the change or go back and undo it. That change is now permanent, and if you break something, you need to upload a new file to the server. More importantly though, if someone manages to gain access to your site maliciously and they want to add code to your site, guess where they would go? They would go straight to Appearance and Editor, and then they would go and just inject whatever code they need directly into your theme. Or if they wanted to, they could also go to Plugins and Editor, and then they could edit the plugins on your site. That means they could put all sorts of crazy code into your site. This function shouldn't be in WordPress. I'm telling you that honestly. Because it's a destructive editor, you should never edit anything from here because you can't undo anything you've ever done. And it's so easy to make an error. If you're going to edit content in WordPress, you need to do it in a proper code editor on your computer and then upload it. That means, since we don't need it, and this is going to be a vector for anyone who manages to get into your site and wants to place malicious code either in your themes or in your plugins, we should simply turn the editor off permanently. That way, it's simply not available. And that's exactly what we're going to do. First, I need to go to WP config, and here I'm going to scroll to the bottom. And at the very bottom, you'll find a line of text that says, "That's all, stop editing, happy blogging." So right before that text, I'm going to add a couple of more lines. Then I'll go to my code snippets and navigate to 3.4, and here there's a single line of code. So I'll copy out that single line of code and paste it in. All it says is define disallow file edit true. So it takes the function disallow file edit and it toggles it on, meaning the file editor inside the WordPress admin panel will now be disabled. All I have to do now is save WP config, upload it to my server, go back to my site, click on Appearance again, and now you'll see that in the menu for Appearance, there is no editor. Likewise with plugins, under the menu for plugins, there is no editor. That simply means I can no longer edit the live themes or the live plugins on my site. And like I said, that's not something you want to do anyway. So you're disabling a function you're never going to use, and you're also making your site more secure if for some strange reason someone somehow managed to gain access to one of your admin accounts. This, combined with all the other things we've done so far, will make your site far more secure, and as a bonus, it'll also prevent you from accidentally crashing your site when you somehow stumble into the editor and then make some sort of incremental change to your theme and accidentally remove an important comma or an important semicolon or something else, and then everything goes haywire. So disable the editor and you'll be far better off than you were before.